Kylie, what's up? You look like you got tall, Kylie. What's up? How you? How you? Kylie, you said I'd be back soon, too. Yeah. We're good.
How good does this feel?
He's got to get a shower and we got to go win this game.
How good does this feel right now?
Close. How do you feel? I feel great.
We home! We home! We home! My God, home! I said we home, no, Meek. Meek got fat as shit. He got fat. Oh, when I say we in Philadelphia, we turned up right now, it's a different level, man. It's a different level, okay? It's a different level right now. My man is home. We courtside. It's courtside. It's courtside. We back like we never left. What's up, my Vina loves? It's Miss Vina D coming to you all from Vina Entertainment News. So Meek Mill is a free man, so congratulations to him. I know his case just made a lot of press and people just felt like, you know, his charges were excessive. I'm going to go ahead and get into all of that and just get deep into everything, but I do want to go ahead and read his tweets once he, was released from jail. Okay, so he went on Twitter. This is like one of the few times that, we're not going to call him Twitter fingers and, go back to the hood Drake and Meek beef and just, this right here, these tweets are okay. He went ahead and he tweeted, "I like to thank God, my family, and all my public advocates for their love, support, and encouragement during this difficult time. While the past 5 months have been a nightmare, the prayers, visit, calls, letters, and rallies have helped me stay positive. To the Philly District Attorney's Office, I'm grateful for your commitment to justice. I understand that many people of color across the country don't have that luxury, and I plan to use my platform to shine a light on those issues. In the meantime, I plan to work closely with my legal team to overturn this unwarranted conviction and look forward to reuniting with my family and resuming my music career." Okay, so that's what he posted on Twitter. Now, he posted something similar on Instagram, but there were some words and things in there that changed a little, so I'm going to go to his page and going to go ahead and read it from there. "I like to thank God, my family, and my friends, my attorneys, my team at Rock Nation, including Jay-Z, Desiree Perez, my good friend Michael, Pennsylvania Supreme Court, and all my public advocates for their love, support, and encouragement during this difficult time. While the past 5 months have been a nightmare, the prayers, visits, calls, letters, and rallies have helped me stay positive. To the Philadelphia District Attorney Office." So this almost sounds like the only part that would change was Jay-Z and other names being added, because on Twitter the characters that you can type are limited. So let's go ahead and read the other part that he wasn't able to include. "Although I'm blessed to have the resources to fight this unjust situation, I understand that many people of color across the country don't have that luxury, and I plan to use my platform to shine a light on those issues. In the meantime, I plan to work closely with my legal team to overturn this unwarranted." Same thing I read on Twitter, because he broke it down into 3 different tweets. So apart from the Jay-Z and other names, nothing changed in that. So you guys also saw the clips in the beginning. Now, before all of that, Kevin Hart did post on his page that he spoke to Meek and Meek was being released and all of that. Now, I understand the outcry and oh my God, the injustice, and this black judge should be removed and all of that, and I get it, but it's like, when do you say when, and when do you start taking accountability for your actions? Okay, so I understand that the charges might have been, too excessive, but let's go ahead and run down Meek Mill legal issues. And yes, Meek is home and all of that, but not everybody follow Meek, story, know what's going on. Why is this news? Why is this a big deal? So I'm going to do a rundown of his charges, how he got here, how it got here. As you can see, you can already see
Most people have seen this in the news and all of that, but most people don't know the exact breakdown of just all of the parole violations and probation violations, whatever the case might be, that led to this situation. So let's get into that. Mill was arrested for illegally possessing a firearm and assaulting the police when he was 18. Meek said that, well, let me continue. He was put on probation. Since then, he has been arrested 4 times for parole violation. So let's start with the 18 part. Meek claimed that, yes, he had a gun, but there's absolutely no way if he had chased police officers with a gun or pointed guns at them as a young black little boy that he would still be alive to tell the story. Which, you know, there's some truth in there now. Yes, cops are just not all police officers, but some of them are just going crazy now. You know, shoot first, ask questions later, and it's just crazy. Back then, they were still, you know, killing African American men and all of that, but it's not, you know, at the rate that it is now. But there's somewhat, you know, some type of truth in that yeah, you're a black man and you're pointing a gun to officers and you're gonna live. So that's his argument. And when he said that he's, you know, hoping that the conviction or the charges can be overturned, that's what he's talking about, because that right there started all of his issues. Okay, so that was that. And then in 2008, Meek Mill was also convicted of drug dealing and gun possession. He was sentenced to 11 to 23 months in prison. Okay, so he went ahead and served, I think it was like 9 months or something like that, and then he was released, and then in 2009 and placed under a 5-year parole agreement. Okay, in December 2012, Meek was found to have violated his probation again for traveling without getting proper permission through that whole procedure and, you know, your probation officer and all of that. So that happened in 2012, and so the judge revoked his travel permit. Now, as an artist, you know, you have to travel, do performances, you know, do appearances to get that check. So when Meek couldn't do that, it was like, man, I'm over here suffering, you know, money-wise, because that was just stopping his money. In May 2013, Mill was again found to have violated his probation and was ordered to take etiquette classes. The violation was a failure to report travel plans as required and social media posting that resulted in death threats to the judge, assistant district attorney, and probation officer assigned his case. Okay, assigned to his case. All right. And so that was that. In June 2013, the court noted that Meek, you know, continuously failed to report his travel plans. So the judge established, you know, an August deadline for the classes and so on and so forth. So basically, the big picture here, well, there's one more. On July 11, 2014, Mill had his probation revoked and he was sentenced to 3 to 6 months in jail. He was released from prison on December 2, 2014. He was found guilty for parole violation again on December 17, 2015. The judge hearing his case refused to give him another chance and ordered him not to work or perform before his sentencing on February 5, 2016. He was then sentenced to 90 days of house arrest on February 5th. Okay. Then the sentence became effective on March 1st, during which he was not allowed to work and was required to do daily community service with group service adults. On June 2nd, 2016, Meek Mill was sentenced to 8 additional days of house arrest. Right? On March 11, 2017, Mill was arrested at a local airport in St. Louis, Missouri for assaulting 2 pedestrians. Shortly after his arrest and court appearance, he was given a court summons on November 6, 2017. He was sentenced to 2 to 4 years in state prison for violating his parole. Okay. Oh, and let's also throw in the whole popping willies and riding his bike or dirt bike or whatever in New York without a helmet and all that stuff that added to the whole violation. Like, you're gonna give him all this time for riding the bike and all of that, but it's an entire backstory, you know. Like I said, I'm not taking up for the judge, but it's an entire backstory here. So I'm not going to read anymore. Okay, so let's play fair. Let's say what Meek is saying is true, and you know, the officers and people handling his case, you know, from when he was 18, years old, was like, they basically lied and all of these things. Let's just say whatever he's saying is true. What about the other charges and things that he's done after? You understand what I'm saying? Now, it will be one thing if that happened when he was 18 and, he was placed in the system. But since that happened, he's never gotten in trouble again, never broke any more laws, did not break, didn't violate his probation. Nothing happened. Did not understand the argument. But okay, let's just say you were wrongfully accused when you were 18. What about all of the other, violations that happened after that? Was that you or was that the system? Do you understand what I'm saying? So that's where I'm coming from. I'm really wishing Meek well. It's not about taking sides or anything. I'm just a realistic person. So, but I'm sure deep down inside, Meek is also fully aware of his actions, and he's aware of the things that he had to do differently to prevent this from happening. Because you can blame the system all you want. We shall understand the system does work against, African American men and all of that. I've seen it, I understand. But also, what are you doing on your own to make sure you stay out of it? So, hopefully with the right people around him and his team, he can make better choices going forward, and that, lesson learned, basically. I'm happy that Meek is home, because the thing that I always say at the end of every video is the God bless attitude, being positive at all times and seeing the good in every situation. So the good in this situation is, before Meek went to jail, he was the biggest walking L with the whole situation with Drake and the drama and all of those things. But look at him now. I can guarantee you, people are writing him and calling him. His book could be a bestseller. He can now be the face of, the injustice going on with African American men being in prison and all that stuff. I know he have interviews lined up. If he released an album right now, it's gonna go platinum in 2 seconds. Just kidding, but it will. You know what I'm saying? So not only did this situation teach him a lesson, but it was a blessing in disguise. My thing to Meek is, the people around you who encourage certain behaviors, cut them out, let them go, no matter how down they are for you. The perfect example is Nicki Minaj, ex Safari, right? I'm going to bring it up. I don't have to say Nicki Minaj for you guys to know who Safari is. I'm going to bring her name up because she dated Meek. BET Awards weekend, whatever. Meek hopped out of the car and his boys chase Safari. Now, Safari never ever be online talking about I'm gangster and I'm this. He doesn't even rap about stuff like that. When you have a bunch of people coming up to you and you don't know if they have guns, knives, you don't know what's going on, yes, I would, yes, I'm a female, but if I was a male, I would have ran, because let me tell you something. If you're not trying to die and you want to get home to your family, the best way to get away is to run and protect yourself and save your life. He didn't even know what was going on. He ran up the hill to assess the situation because he just saw a group of dudes coming to him. And I watched the videos. This is my point. Why are you even around people who still have the mentality, knowing that you're on probation, to go and get involved in an attack? So what happened if Safari security and people were there? What happened if they pulled out guns? What happened if that situation would have turned out, worse? And those people came out of your vehicle, and those are people you're surrounded by. Then when the Drake situation was going on, his people around him online talking about, don't come to Philly, it's going to be a bloodbath, all this mess. And then when the game jumped into the beef, it was all of that. Keep those people away from you. You can't do both. You can't be a gangster, threatening people's life and all of that, and then want to say I'm on probation violation and all of that. So this is just reality, people. I'm not saying his sentencing was fair and all of that, but if they tell you these are the rules and don't break them, it doesn't matter how petty whatever you broke is. If they say don't do it, don't do it. And I know it's not that easy, but don't. And I'm going to use Remy for example, and I'm going to end it. Remy said, look, man, if I'm even in a situation where I make police contact, depending on what happened, I could be sent back. You know what I'm saying? That's why you have Papoose everywhere she goes, because she's an artist. She's focused on stuff. He can be her eyes, looking around, seeing who's around her and stuff like that. The same thing goes with for Keisha, you know, being with Gucci at every concert and stuff. It's not because she don't trust her man. She don't trust the people around her man, because trust me right now, there are a lot of people that will want to be in a picture with Meek right now because he's the hottest topic right now. So when they even asked Nicki on that interview, Nicki said that she can't say her most recent interview with Apple. Nicki said, I can't say nothing bad about the judge, because the judge could have sent him back to jail, but instead the judge put him on house arrest because Nicki was there and said, I'm going to make sure, you know, A, B, and C is going to be taken care of. And I'm sure what she meant is that that judge could have sent him back to jail, but she didn't. And she looked me dead in my eyes and said, if you do A, B, and C and he does A, B, and C, you know, he will be good. And she said, you know what, maybe I'm going to put it on my album, or maybe I'm going to do a documentary, but I can't talk about legal stuff. But she didn't have nothing negative to say about the judge. So stop being an enabler. All of the people who supported Meek, sit him down, talk to him, let him know how important it is. Don't mess up again, because they're going to throw the book at you. This woman didn't just come out of thin air and, oh yeah, look, let me just pick a black man, and as a black judge, I'm going to go ahead and just make an example out of him. That's 4 times? Come on, man. So anyways, you know, don't come for me, guys. I read all of the charges. I'm happy that Meek is home. But take accountability and responsibility and do better. And I'm wishing Meek nothing but the best, and hoping that those people around him help keep him on the straight and narrow. And also, it also starts with Meek as well. He have to take his life very seriously and do things the right way this time. So I'm wishing him nothing but the best. A lot of people are getting mad at Kevin Hart, saying that he's taking Meek's shine and all of these different things. Listen, all jokes aside, Kevin didn't just pop up now because Meek is out. Kevin actually been leading the rallies, you know, the free Meek rallies. Kevin been posting on his Instagram. Kevin been going to visit him. Kevin been talking to him. Kevin been doing everything. That's the reason why Meek is okay for Kevin to sit next to him or be there. Meek and his people would not have allowed Kevin to just pop up if he just all of a sudden just showed up now that he's free. You know, when everything was going on with Meek, Kevin been there. And you know what, when you're down and things are going on with you, that's when you know who really rock with you. Now, whether Kevin already had in his mind that I'm gonna go ahead and show my support because when Meek gets out, this will happen. Kevin Hart is Kevin Hart. He does not need Meek Mill to, you know what I'm saying, go to a basketball game. I mean, he's selling out arenas in Philly. You know what I'm saying? That's his hometown. Instead, he's out here repping Meek. And so this is an older image that, you know, he used to talk about Meek being free. And this is an image taken tonight. So he actually put in work for Meek, and it's not just popping up at his celebration. He was there when he was behind bars and had And Kevin was actually there today when Meek was released. All right, my final loves, I'm going to go ahead and end it here. I'm wishing you all an amazing day. Remember to always have the God bless attitude, which is being positive at all times and seeing the good in every situation. Have a great day, guys. God bless.